Okay, we got a GSX 150 2020 model. It's carbureted. It was outside in the rain. My son hopped on it, rode down the road, and it stopped and wouldn't rev. Had to push it home. Started it up, it would idle, but it wouldn't rev. As soon as you tried to rev it, it would just die. What I suspect is water's got into the fuel tank and gone through to the carburetor. Removing the right side fairing cover, 3 screws, those, 1, 2, 3. So there's the 3 screws, and then there is that, which fits in that hole there and holds it in. You have to pop that. Okay, again, I'll remove the left hand side. Got the same setup. We've got 1, 2, 3 screws, and probably a thing behind there, a little bung we have to pop off. Okay, there's 4 identical screws holding the air cleaner cover on. These 3 are easy to get at. This one here, you're going to want a, where is it? Right there. You're going to want a magnetic screwdriver to get that one. With the 4 bolts removed, you just lift the cover off, and there's the air cleaner. It comes out. It's the air cleaner box. It's the air cleaner. Okay, the fuel line comes down the left hand side and comes into the carburetor from the left hand side. It's kind of awkward to get at. I'm going to have to pull this off to try and so I can get in there. The clearance between the edge of the battery and the bolt is quite small. I can't get a socket around there. Had to undo it with an open end spanner. I'm just going to use a Phillips screwdriver to undo it the rest of the way. Trying to remove this bracket still. There's 3 bolts. 1, 2, and the third one was under here. Okay, there's 3 identical bolts, all 10mm. And with them out of the way, you can now remove this. I had to let the cable tie go, and just to get access to this bolt here, there's a cable tie which is still here. And that was holding this wire. Okay, I'll let the throttle cable go. Just going to hold that up there and wriggle that out. But I'm going to need 2 hands. So the throttle cable is disconnected. There is a little slot there. You just hold that up and get the tension off the wire, and then slide it out through the slot. Got another, what appears to be a vacuum hose at the front. Going to disconnect that. Okay, this little hose at the front, connected to this pipe. That pretty much just slid off, just pulled on it. It came off. It does have a clip on it, but it doesn't seem to be very strong. I think this is the last hose hooked up to the carburetor. I'll pull that off, and I should be able to undo the carburetor and pull the carburetor off. Loosened off this clamp. There are two 10mm bolts, identical bolts, that hold the air cleaner box in place. One down here on the right hand side, and one over here on the left hand side. If you take them out, it gives you that little bit extra room to be able to get the carb. Loosen these two clamps off. I'm going to try and get the carburetor out without pulling this little manifold off. To get the throttle cable out, use a 12mm open ender on the top here and unscrew it. Once you get this bottom nut off, you can lift it up and slide the cable out through this slot. A 12mm spanner fits on this. Unscrew it. Unscrew it, pull it out, and it's got that. Installing the carburetor. First off, I screwed that back in, which I think is the choke. Pushed this front boot on and lined up the notches that are. There's a notch on the front of the carburetor, a notch on the manifold, intake manifold, and a notch in the rubber boot. Line them up, tighten that clamp at the back of the boot. If I can get this thing out of the way. Kind of hard to see on camera. At the back of the boot there's a little notch in the rubber again, and another little knob on the carburetor that fits into the notch. Line them up and then tighten that back. So push the air cleaner box forward. Got this clamp on here. Still got to tighten this one up. Get everything in place first. I'm just about to tighten that. This hose came off. Put that back on. Rerouted this hose back down through here. Just got to start hooking everything up. I've put the bolts back in to the air cleaner box. One here and the one on the other side. Just got to tighten them like they're only finger tight. So I've tightened these bolts for the air cleaner box. Tightened the back clamp for the air cleaner box. I still haven't tightened this front one yet. And I put these hoses on. I'll put this little front vacuum hose, whatever it is, on. Put the fuel line on. I'll put this clip on first, this electric clip on. Did I get that? Put the fuel line on. Oh. Alright. Got to hook this hose onto this pipe. Alright, got this hose back on the pipe, got the clip on it. I've tightened these two clamps up. I'll put the throttle cable back down through there, tighten this nut up again. Just got to hook the cable into the into here.